All right, traders, welcome back. Dr. Barry Burns here with the Top Dog Trading video newsletter. So we left off here with a wave one down on the 300 tick chart, the short-term chart on the left. Look to take some profits there. But our setup that we've been trading is an eagle eye trade, which is a first retrace in the trend on the 2700 tick chart. Obviously, we moved down a bit from there. On the 900 tick chart, also, we had the rubber band trade and second retrace in the trend, both concurrently happening. Okay, so that's a quick update as to where we are. Okay, so we're back. Stopped recording here just so that we could just let some stuff go on. Really nothing much to say during this time because we that first retrace in the trend on the 300 tick chart that did not follow through to the downside. This was it here. And then the 50 MA went flat right there as well. You can see that. So we're no longer in a downtrend on the 300 tick chart. Alright, so now that would have been a concurrent setup if it had followed through, which of course it did not. So now what we've done is we've put in a higher high on the 300 tick chart. And the 50 MA went flat. Also notice that MOM is well above zero here on the 300 tick chart. So yeah, that's been a steeper retrace than we would have liked. We do have a mini divergence pattern there, though, for a cycle high. So, well, let's see. That's not too bad. We'll see if we get it. Also notice on the 2700 tick chart, the long-term chart for the eagle eye setup that we had, we retraced there also to the 50 MA. We did not hold the 15 EMA to the downside, which would have been ideal for continuing momentum to the downside. And that is one. That's another little. What do we want to call it? Kind of signal or clue that if price holds the 15 EMA in a trend as resistance here, or as support if it's going to the upside, which it did not this time. But if it did, then that is a type of momentum pattern saying that great, we we're still strong to the downside. Once it gets above the 15 EMA and goes to the 50 MA, then it's the momentum to the downside has weakened. So you can see that in the price pattern, in the price structure, using your moving average. Well, the simple moving average is 50 simple and the 15 exponential. But you can also see it on the momentum indicator itself. If you look at that 2700 tick chart, you see that MOM came all the way back up to zero. So that's an indicator indicating what price pattern and price structure is showing as well. And also, the 900 tick chart kind of showed that also by having that steep, or that deep retrace, wave 4, second retrace in the trend, and going above the 50 MA, even though the 50 MA was angling down. So all these are just different. Oh, and then on the short-term chart, the 50 MA going flat. So all these things are, kind of showing you the same thing. There are different ways of the market demonstrating a weakness of continued downward momentum. Okay, now we can look at candlesticks as well. 2700 tick chart there. You got an engulfing candlestick. So that's a two-bar pattern. The way I interpret engulfing candlestick patterns is with the real bodies. I'm not too worried about the wicks or the shadows as they call them, but the real bodies. So the last closed bar is a green up bar now. The bar before that was a closed red bar, and you can see that the open and close of the green bar are inverse to the open and close of the red bar. So again, that is just as a candlestick pattern here, that would be a bullish candlestick pattern, but got to take it in the context of the whole market. Can't trade candlesticks in isolation. Just like any of the other energies, you can't trade them in isolation. We trade them in the context, or what Alan Farley calls the landscape of the rest of the market, the whole market, the big picture. Alright, so we do have that mini divergence here on the 300 tick chart, and we'll see if that can result in a cycle high here now and get us getting us going back down in the direction of our initial trade. High probability cycle high for sure. It's just a matter of how far will the market go. That doesn't refer to cycle, that refers to momentum. But we do have a potential cycle high here on the 900 tick chart as well. KD cross. K didn't quite get up to 80, but at least we've got some indication there. Market's moving real slow here, real slow. Notice the speed of the market is really slowed down. I call that velocity. It's a new energy I introduced in the advanced trading course. Alright, so yeah, again, cycle highs here. Concurrent cycle highs, I should say, we had. Still, market's moving real slow. Nothing to do yet. We'll just see if it follows through to the downside. Just got to wait. Wait it out. Okay, so I stopped and started the recording again here because it was so slow. And you can see what happened here while I didn't have the video running. We did move back up again. Again, not too surprising because the 50 MA went flat on that time frame, that 300 tick chart time frame. So we've been above the 50, below the 50. We're back up above the 50 again. That mini divergence did work in the sense of putting in a cycle high, but the range wasn't there. So really nothing much. And again, now we've got a new cycle high on the 300 tick chart, and we've got concurrent cycle highs again on the 300 and the 900. So that's good. Okay, see, watch the velocity. Watch the velocity. See how it's speeding up there? Okay, this is good for us. We like this. This is what we've been waiting for. Yay! Finally, getting some movement to the downside. See, that's bearish activity when it starts to speed up in a direction. That shows more enthusiasm. We like enthusiasm when the market's going in our direction, obviously. 900 tick chart's also a first cycle high after dad turned down. Alright, things slowed down a little bit there. I'm trying to stay within my 15-minute time frame that we do for these videos, so the files don't get too big and people then say they have a hard time playing them. So, stopped recording, came back because, as you can see, especially on the 300 tick chart, Market really did just kind of pause there. This parabolic price pattern action here. And now we're getting velocity again to the downside, which is great. So we're still short. We're still waiting there. Now, here we go. Okay, we're retesting this low. So that's your support. And we've got cycle low concurrent with that. So not a bad place to take your take some profits here. All right. Again, market started slowing down. In fact, now we got some sideways bars. But again, notice the market's speeding up again to the downside. So this is great. So what we want to see. Okay, so now we're looking for another exit here. What's interesting is on the 2700 tick chart, we hit the 200 moving average, and there's a cluster there with horizontal support at the low of wave 1 on the 2700 tick chart. But remember, we're trend trading here, so and the structure is on the 2700 tick chart, so we don't want to just get out at the low of wave 1. We're trying to put in a wave 3 here. Now, no guarantee that's going to happen, obviously, but that's the intent of this trade. It's the reason for the trade. It's a trend trade. So, and the setup was on the 2700 tick chart. So we are really in this looking for a lower low than wave 1, and in fact, a real body below the low of wave 1 if we can get it. So now we just watch and see if we can get it. Can't control the market, don't know what it's going to do at any given time on any one trade. That's the point. So therefore, we employ money management, and we trade bar by bar. We take profits as necessary or as is prudent. And you know, if you get out at a point and then the market keeps going beyond your exits, okay, as long as you took a reasonable exit. Okay, again, I paused the video because we're running out of time. We got just a couple minutes left. So things are going great. Fantastic. We did just slice. We went into a parabolic move, and so we just sliced right through that 200 MA and that horizontal resistance on the 2700 tick chart. Now we're down to concurrent lows. We've got the wave 3 for sure on the 2700 tick chart. We have concurrent cycle lows on all 3 charts. So, yeah, this is where we're going to start looking to exit. But this has been a nice trade. We've made some good money here. And also notice that we're working with an extended trend here on the 300 tick chart. And at least right now we've got a failed 7. But we've gone down, and we've actually made technically we've made a lower low than that wave 5 on the short-term chart. So yeah, this is a good place to go ahead and lock in some conservative profits and let the market do what it's going to do from here.